Yo, what's the deal, fam? It's your man Ease again, out here in that morning walk. Hope you all are doing well out there. Don't forget to like the video. Yesterday I did a video concerning NAS and Mass Appeal and the outstanding work they're doing for the hip hop culture. But guess what? He's not the only one. His fellow Queens native, LL Cool J, James Todd Smith, has a company called Rock the Bells. A lot of people just think it's a radio station on Sirius radio, but it isn't. It's a full-blown company founded in 2018, and it's basically bigger than just nostalgia. Yes, he shows love and homage, or pays homage to those that came before him, but it's built for empowerment, legacy, and most of all, to allow those same individuals to have some equity in the very thing that they started. And if you were interested, if you have Sirius XM, or if you're looking to get it, I believe it's channel 43, Rock the Bells. Now, I mentioned that he gives these opportunities for those OGs to have a stake or equity within a company, right? And what do I mean by that? The radio station itself has shows by Grandmaster Caz, Roxanne Shante, Bun B, Too Short. I think even RZA has a show on there as well. That tells you everything you need to know about his plight and what he's trying to do out there. And I just named 4 or 5 individuals. Programming is elite. I've done my research on it. I watched their YouTube channel. And as a fan of hip hop, it's just gratifying to see that LL, who's well off through music, television, and movies, still has the love for hip hop, not just to benefit himself, but to keep the culture going in such a way that those legends will always have a place to eat and thrive. Now, equity, once again, I got to go back to that because that's a form of employment. 20 years ago, did you see our legends having opportunities like that? Ageism would have kicked them out of hip hop with no possible avenues other than doing some tours overseas to generate revenue for themselves, their bandmates, teammates, or even their families. Now they have jobs, paycheck, constant paycheck, which could lead to benefits such as, I don't know, retirement plans or health care. It's the little things that go a long way, man. And what LL is doing is a great thing, and I don't think it's spoken about enough. You rarely hear about this stuff. You hear about the festival here and there, but that's annual. What about all the work he's doing in between that time, you know? Shout out to LL. I gotta keep saying that. What he's doing is phenomenal work. A one-stop shop for exclusive stories, hip-hop history, intriguing interviews from people you may not necessarily hear from without this platform. And it's important for us to shed light on it and speak about it and support it. Now, how do we support it? They recently just had a festival. I believe it was June 28th out in Prudential Center, out in Jersey. Last year, I believe it was in Queens. And the host DJ was Kid Capri. I believe Rakim performed, Roxanne Shante was the host. And it's a place for those who grew up in that era, or even the youngsters who are learning about hip hop, to immerse themselves in the culture. He doesn't have to do this, but he's doing it anyway because it's an act of love, and he's just paying it forward to the very culture that fed him and allowed him to have platinum albums and go on to Hollywood and make movies and host the Grammys. And this particular festival keeps the forefathers present, and not just as old school acts, like they are individuals who still have a future in hip hop. When you have an annual festival, it's not a one-off thing. It's something that your fans and yourself as an artist can look forward to each and every year, building an audience, servicing the audience that you've already had, while also introducing yourself to the newer generation. or the younger generation, I should say. Because it's simple things like, all right, somebody from the 80s may have been sampled by an artist in 2025. A youngster can go to the festival, and now that's a form of education, because now you're going down a rabbit hole like, oh, such and such has a beat with that sample, but oh, they did it in '89? Oh, let me check out some more of their work. See how education works? But that's not possible without the likes of LL and NAS putting on. And we got to continue to support that. And I'm doing my part in the sense of even speaking about it, but I go to shows from here and there. I didn't go to the Prudential joint, but when I see the old school heads out or the legends out, I try my best to just shed light on what they got going on, because, listen, man, we can never forget where we come from. I know we hear that a lot, but I'm not big on the revisionist history. And then also to allow or to ensure that history remains intact and it's not switched up, we got to continue to teach those who are younger than us, or even remind those who may have even been from that era and just forgot about it. I'm going to say it again. The festival isn't just about musical performances. Vendors have an opportunity to eat. It's about fashion. It's about the culture overall. And it's a chance for you to get to know the very artists that you've heard songs featured in movies and TV shows and commercials, but you couldn't quite put a face with the tune, right? So I think it's a beautiful thing, man. I just love it. We gotta pay it forward. Gotta give back. And he's a certified rap icon, but that's not what he is in totality. He's a rap steward, a music steward, someone who really cares about the culture, man. And events like this puts to use, or excuse me, to rest all that ageism talk, right? About who's too young to rap and who's too old to rap, I should say. And it gives the youth a model. Like, as a model it's an action word, right? To model something is to show a demonstration, a mimetic of how things are supposed to look, how things have progressed, and where we're going in the future. Think of it as in sports. Like, most of these youngsters, when they can't get over the hump, they typically tap the shoulders of an OG. Like, yo, what you seeing in this film right here? They're having a hard time when they send a double on the baseline. What are some tactics that I can use to get better shots and bring down my turnovers, or just increase my team's chance of having quality possessions? That's what this is about. Rock the bells. Shout out to LL. Shout out to employing the forefathers. Shout out to putting your bread up and seeing a need for it and sticking with it. It was 7 years in since he founded the company. Seemed to be doing pretty well. Still here, right? And it's flourishing. Prudential Center, that's a pretty nice venue to have a festival at. So, once again, Big Queens, shout out to NAS, but he also has another individual out here holding it down just like him. Hip hop, we love you. We appreciate everything that you put forth, and we want to keep it going, right? It's your man Ease at the Ease Experience. I appreciate you all out there. Go get your cheer.